Eric Devendorf, your host of the Scorers Table podcast. And tonight we have two very special guests, one Hall of Famer and one budding superstar in college basketball, none other than Coach Jim Boeheim and Syracuse guard Buddy Boeheim. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Good to be here.
Yeah, thanks, E.
I know you guys are exhausted right now.
Well, you wait around a lot. You're kind of just hanging out and getting your weights in, getting practice in, and doing a bunch of interviews, but it's better than being home.
No. Yeah. How's the bubble life treating you?
It's been good. I mean, it's a lot of just working out, downtime. I mean, it's cool being here. It feels like an AAU tournament. You walk by and you see, Creighton or Gonzaga and those guys and cool guys you watch the whole season. So it's really cool being around all the other teams and just, we've been able to get some extra work in. So extra shooting, extra weights, and just trying to stay focused, watching film, whatever it is, and just keep my mental right going into these next couple games.
Absolutely. So, Coach, I want to start with you. I just kind of want you to take the coach's hat off for a second and kind of play the dad role for me. How special has it been to you, just with everything going on, what Buddy's doing, how he's playing, how the team's playing? How special is it you to see this and, your son playing so well?
Well, you want your kids to do well. I mean, my daughter, Sissy, played and won 3 state championships. That was great. Jimmy's had a great career at Cornell. And, now Buddy obviously playing great basketball. It's great to see that as a father. I mean, I need it as a coach, but as a father, it's great to see him. He's worked so hard. You've been a part of that. GMAC been a part of that, how hard that he's worked. He never misses a day. He's lifting or playing every day. He never has I don't feel good today. He's done it every day, and that's rare. And he deserves this success.
I'm seeing all these old photos, old games where Buddy was on the court when he's like 3 and 4 with the Syracuse jersey on. Old pics of the national championship with your mom and Jimmy and Sissy. But what does it mean to you, going through all those times growing up, seeing all these great players, all these great moments, seeing your dad involved with it, and obviously, you're Syracuse through and through. But when you finally put that jersey on, I mean, is this something that you guys talked about growing up that, this would be happening?
We never really talked about it. I mean, for me personally, growing up, I was just so thankful to be a part of it. I think I was just so excited to be there and, having guys like you and just some of my favorite guys, Wes Johnson, Tyler Ennis, Dion, being a part to being able to just being on the team bus, being able to be in the locker room after games. Like, I never think I imagined myself being one of those guys. I just was so happy to be there and looked up to them and, to be in the same conversation as you guys and having you guys support me now. I think that's one of the biggest things for me that means so much to me, just wearing this uniform and the great players that have come before me. And then you factor in playing for my dad, playing for 3 assistant coaches that are like big brothers to me, and representing this community means everything to me. So I think just the player perspective and from a kid looking up to you guys, and now I'm one of those guys is one of the coolest things for me.
Coach, when did you really know, all right, Buddy's ready to go? He's really ready to make an impact and play here.
Well, I mean, first of all, as far as coming here and, after his junior year, he had a great summer. I thought that he was good enough and would at least be able to come in here and contribute. His freshman year, he slow start, but then he really contributed after once we got in the league, he won his 3 or 4 league games that we wouldn't have won and got to the tournament. Really improved a lot. But then his sophomore year, he got better putting the ball on the floor and getting in the lane, making shots in the lane. Really, I thought made a big jump. And then this year he's made a bigger jump. I mean, I think COVID knocked him back a little bit. That hurt his development a little bit. But now, since he's been through that, he's gotten stronger and he's just gotten better with the ball and making plays and making shots. He's not just a shooter. He can get his own shot and make plays. And he works so hard at it. I think he's still got a lot of improvement that he can do. He still will get a lot better, but he's certainly one of the good players in college basketball right now.
Absolutely. So, during the season, after the games, I want to know, bring me into those conversations after the games, especially a loss. Like, what's that like? Buddy, go ahead, go first.
And after a loss, it's the good thing about him, and the thing that I always appreciate about him is no matter what happens, if I go 0 for 10 or have 30 points, he's always texting me at night, like, keep your head up. I love you. Just keep working hard. And that's always meant the most to me because it shows that he's going to rock with me no matter what. And he doesn't care what I do out there as a father. He loves me. And the coaching part will come the next day in practice. So get on me if I make a mistake I made in the game the night before. But once the game ends, it's really father-son. And that's always meant a lot to me because I know that if I have a bad game, I can come home that night and we can talk about it or talk about what we're feeling. We need to make adjustments. And that's just been great for me because he's always been there for me.
Well, the thing with Buddy that he just cares about the losing. He just doesn't want to lose, and he's one of those. I mean, everybody wants to play well, but even if he plays well, if he doesn't win, he's not happy. He wants us to win. He's always wanted Syracuse to win, and if we didn't, he was upset, and he hasn't changed. He cares about us winning, but he stepped up his game, starting right at the end. I mean, a little bit all year, but then really the North Carolina game when he made all the threes and got us in position to beat them. They're a tough team for us to beat, and played well again. And then in the tournament was just great in both ACC tournament games and both the games here. So he stepped it up to another level, and everybody's kind of followed along. So everybody's playing at a higher level, and I think certainly he helps that. When he's playing well, I think it picks everybody up. But again, this is a crazy tournament. You just get ready to play, and you go out there, and if you play well, you can beat anybody. And if you don't, they can beat you. So it's great to be here. It's great to be playing in this tournament and to have an opportunity.
Before we continue that interview, I have to let you guys know that it's that time of year again. We waited 2 years for this moment, and it's finally here. March's biggest tournament is back. Gonzaga is getting ready to run the table. Slippers are being fit as we speak, and our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook, are putting our listeners at the center of the action. How? If you bet $4 on an underdog in a select game this week, and that underdog wins, you win $256. That's right, $256. Here's how it works. Download the app now and use the promo code FIELD68 when you sign up. Scroll through the list of select underdogs, bet $4 on them to win, and cash $256 when they do. There's no better way for you to put your college hoops knowledge to use than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable, and you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. So remember, the code is FIELD68. That's FIELD68 to turn $4 into $256. For a limited time only, must be 21 years or older. Restrictions apply. Go to DraftKings.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a lot of teams now that, that I've been seeing mid-majors that probably aren't getting the national recognition during the year. So a lot of teams don't see them. And a lot of players like the Abrams kid from Oral Roberts, a lot of people may not know about them, but when they get on this stage, and they shine, they're a problem, right? I mean, it's especially this year.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon State, Oral Roberts, Loyola, these teams are really, really good teams. They're really good. And it doesn't matter. Now it doesn't matter where you were. We've got a good team. It doesn't matter where you were a month ago or 2 months ago. All that matters is you're here. And if you can get it together and play well here, anything can happen. That's what makes this tournament so special.
So during the years, Coach, and this is for you, have you changed your coaching style towards Buddy? Is it because I know it's with that father-son dynamic? Is it different for you, or is it a different approach towards him than others?
No, I mean, I want him to do well. I think about that in the back of my head, but we're trying to run stuff that will be good. Whether it was you or Jerry or whoever, we try to get him in the position where he can have success, and we do that with all of our players. We try to get different guys in different situations that are going to be good for them. And that goes on constantly throughout the game. You're looking for, where you got an opportunity, where there's a mismatch, where there's a place where you think you have an advantage. And when I'm coaching, I'm just coaching 5 guys from Syracuse. I'm not worrying about, who I'm related to out there. I just have to coach the team and try to get to where we need to be to win the game. And after the game, it goes back to the father's thing.
But what do you think? Is it playing for your dad? Is it sometimes going to be tough, or how is it for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it can be tough sometimes, just because if you play bad, people are going to be in your ear and stuff. You got to block that out. But I think one of the best things for me is he obviously coaches me like every other player, but he knows me better than any other player he's coached. He knows that I need confidence sometimes. So if I'm missing shots, he'll just say, keep shooting. And that's all I need to hear to keep going. Because in the past, maybe sometimes my coaches wouldn't say anything or take me out. And I know he believes in me, and he lets his shooters go. And he knows that any one of us can get going in a minute. And when I'm struggling, I know he still wants me to keep shooting and believes in me. And that's one of the biggest things for me, having him as a coach, is he knows me so well.
You never try to hold back a shooter. Shooters have to have the freedom to go. Offensive players, they have to have the freedom to go and feel that they don't have to look over and worry about what they're doing. And, that's the way I've always coached, whether it's with Buddy or you or whoever. I mean, offensive players have to have that opportunity to go play. And, guys that aren't that good offensively, then they have to think about doing something else. But, we're trying to get the ball to the guys that can score. And, we've done that so far, and hopefully we can continue to do that in this tournament moving forward.
And I say that to everyone we have on the podcast. Like, Coach really if you can do it, he's gonna let you do it. He's gonna let you make mistakes. He's gonna let you play through it. And a funny story, I remember, really, this is when I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's really gonna let me go ahead. Providence, I don't know if you remember, I think Andy was hurt. We ended up losing. It was like 197. But before the game, you came up to me and Johnny, and you were like, I need you to score 25. I need you to score 30. You know what I mean? Just like basically go out there and play. But that gives a player all the confidence in the world. Like, when a coach tells you to do that, I mean, for me, I'm like, oh, say no more.
And every game's different. Sometimes you have to go here or there, different, take a different approach as to who's going to get the ball. But at the end of the day, you try to get the ball to your scorers and then get back and play good defense. That's really the key to winning games and anytime, and especially in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll talk about the season a little bit. I mean, a lot of ups and downs with COVID, all the distractions, Buddy and Joe, sitting out, all the pauses. What's one thing, and Coach, you can answer it first, that you really learned about this team, from the beginning of the season until now?
Well, what this team did when we had to win games, Bryant, Northeastern, and Buffalo, we were in trouble in all 3 of those games. We were the favorite to lose 2 of the 3 games all the way to the last, minute or so. And this team they found a way. They dug out down and they won those games, which at least gave us a chance later. If we'd have lost any one of those games, we wouldn't have made the tournament. That's how critical it would have been. And then when we got into the season and we lost a couple, we came home, we had to beat Miami, we had to beat Virginia Tech. And they were both playing pretty well then. And we won both those games going away. And then we got a good road win down at NC State. And we had trouble with them, beat them twice. And then we had to come home. We had to beat North Carolina and Clemson. There's no other way around it. If we didn't win those 2 games, we're not going to the tournament, unless we won the ACC tournament. But that could have put us in position. Beating NC State again was good. And then, playing Virginia so well, that was, I think, what got us in, those 2 things. But, it was an up and down roller coaster season, but at the end of the day, you could have won 27 games in the regular season, and you still might not be here in the Sweet 16. So there's teams that went 22-4 and 23-5 that aren't here. So, I mean, it's what you do now that matters. I mean, you always want to have a good regular season, but if you're in the tournament, you can win in the tournament. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
100%. Buddy, this is for you. I mean, in the beginning of the season, you went through a lot. You talked about, getting COVID, having to sit out. What have you really learned about yourself, from now to then? And even in the beginning of the season, when people were saying you were struggling, you're still averaging 14, 15 points. You know what I mean? So it's like a college basketball player averaging 14, 50 points at this level, that's pretty damn good right there. So what have you learned about yourself, going through all that and then being in this position where you're at now?
I think the biggest thing with my year this year has just been a change in mindset, and my mental strength has just gotten so much stronger. I think this year it was challenging for me. I mean, I played one game, played well, and the next thing you know, I have to watch 3 games from home, watch us play at Rutgers, and that was tough for me, and play 3 more games. I'm out again with COVID. And then I think, I struggled a little, obviously. I think I got to a point where I just said, all right, I'm just going to go out there and play. I'm not going to think about anything. If I miss shots, that's okay. And I think this is the first real season where if I started off 0 for 3, 0 for 4, I didn't think about it. The next shot, I'm going to be aggressive and do the same things. And I think just mentally, I'm way more focused. Thinking about all my reps and workouts, everything, and just taking it to another level, and realize that I can get even better if I just keep that same focus every day, and just mentally always staying strong and confident no matter what happens. And I think being vocal is one of the biggest things, is trying to be a leader out there for this team and talking on defense, encouraging guys, whatever it is. And I think that I've really taken that role on in the second half of the season, and it just helps, I think, the team in general, just trying to lift them up, talking on defense, whatever it is. And I think I've really grown as a person, not just as a player, and in terms of mentally and being a leader for these guys.
And you saw it last game versus West Virginia. You're 1 for 6 in the first half, 3 points. And then, you shake that off, come out in the second half and have 23 points. That says a lot, man, on that type of stage, to be able to, shake off that first half and then get 23 points. That's 100%. I think your confidence right now is at another level. And I want to piggyback off that, and this is for both of you guys. Coach, you can go first. I'll talk about Buddy's, his development throughout the years. Came in as a freshman, just known as a shooter. Now as a junior, he's an all-around player, making plays, putting it on the ground. Talk about the development a little bit of his game.
His work in the weight room's been important. You got to be stronger to do that. And then working with Jerry and working with you, he's worked on his ball handling, getting to the basket, making pull-ups off that, so that now he's not just a shooter. If somebody pressures him, he can get by and he can get a shot. That's, his best game is mid-range game. Around there, he's really good in the mid-range game, and that's really helped him. He can go even to one level further, I think, getting in kind of into where he learns how to get the basket, learns how to get people up and foul him, because he doesn't get to the foul line a lot. And I mean, he could be an easy 20-point a game scorer just getting to the foul line. He's averaging 18 a game, and he gets the foul line twice a game. So, I mean, he could get there 6 or 8 times. The best offensive player I've seen in our league in college basketball was Chris Mullen. And he shot 10 free throws every game. Every game. I mean, he averaged 22, 3, 4 points, but he only made probably 6 field goals. I mean, he made 10 free throws every game. And once you learn how to do that, that really is helpful, getting to the foul line. You got there. Jerry never was. He more was a shooter. He didn't get the foul line a lot, but that's the way you can be a better scorer, to get to the foul line. And it also gets the other team in foul trouble. You get in the bonus situations, stuff like that. It's the next step.
Absolutely. Go ahead, bud.
I mean, like you said, it's encouraging to me, because I feel like I can get a lot better. Just one good summer. I mean, working with you for the last 5 years, I've grown so much from 8th, 9th grade to where I am now. Never even pictured myself being this type of player. I thought I'd be a role player here. I mean, I'm coming to Syracuse, or school like this, and just working with you every day, playing one-on-one with you and Jimmy really helped me in one-on-one situations. I feel like I can make off those, and I can get a step further with going to the rim and going aggressive. But just my mid-range has gotten so much better. my mental, my confidence, obviously, and working with Ryan Kabilis every day in the weight room. I feel like I'm a much better athlete. I still can improve on defense, but I feel like I'm getting better. I'm moving better. Rotations are better, and just it's encouraging to see the growth and knowing that I can still go a long ways.
I want to talk about GMAC a little bit because, like you said, and I heard a few interviews, you spent the most time with him every single day, every season. And, you know, I was his teammate my freshman year. I got the chance to play with GMAC. Same mindset as me. He's the killer out there, right? He might not be talking as much as me, but he definitely has that killer mindset. Tell me what GMAC has meant to you and, you know, how his mindset has kind of rubbed off to you.
Yeah, I mean, just like you, GMAC's like a big brother for me. We just, if it's just hanging out, talking, and then, you know, working out, it's always great because we both, us three, we all want to work. We all want to get better. That's all we care about when we're in the gym is getting better and going as hard as we can. And he stresses every rep going at game speed. And that's something that I love because I want to get as much better as I can. I love spending time in the gym. I can be in there all day, but most importantly, I want to go game speed in every drill I do. And that's what we focus on. If I'm not going game speed for a rep or two, he gets on me and he's going to let me know. And he always is giving me confidence, whatever it is. And he's a legend, obviously, one of the best to come to Syracuse. So to have him in my corner, and, you know, he's the first person to let me know if I make a defensive mistake or I'm not spacing the floor. He gets on me, and I always appreciate that because I know he's going to hold me accountable and tell me what I need to do better. So he's helped my game so much, and with the ball, like you, coming off screens, whatever it is, he's really helped me with angles and staying low, being strong, and he's just he's a basketball guy. He knows the game so well, and you learn from him every day.
Yeah, bro, you're the hardest worker I've seen, bro. Seriously. And then so I think the one thing that, you know, for me, it was like just that mindset, because believe in yourself and now you're at that level. And Coach, I want to talk about mindset. What type of mindset do you have to have to be successful at this level on this stage in NCAA tournament? And when did you really see, all right, buddy has that mindset?
Well, you know, you got to be confident, and he's now very confident himself, and that's very important. And you got to have the skills. You know, you got to be able to put the ball on the floor, make some plays. And you know, he's worked hard to get there, and that's what he's done. I think our whole team has gotten a little better in the offensive end in terms of, you know, being more confident in what they're doing and looking for their shot. Joe Girard's certainly much more confident now than he was early in the year. But I think our whole team's better offensively, and we're winning in this tournament because our offense is better. Our defense is good, but our offense has been really good. And to move forward, we're going to have to continue to play well on the offensive end. That's going to be a big key for us moving forward.
Absolutely. Okay, here we go. These are the fun questions right here. These are the good ones. All right. Who is the best athlete in the family?
Might be Sissy.
Might be Sissy.
Okay.
Sneaky one for
She's
sure.
sneaky.
If she worked at it, she would have been
great. If
great.
she'd have worked, she'd have been great. But she was a natural.
Yeah, for sure.
Really? Okay, Sissy. All right. Biggest trash talker in the family?
Him or Jimmy, for sure. Jimmy might be. He's ridiculous.
Jimmy's the biggest.
But even if he's bad at something, he's gonna let you know.
Hands down, Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy.
But where does that come from?
Him.
He's confident.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's very confident.
For sure.
I love it. Okay, king of the court. I'm gonna give you this scenario. Coach, you're in your prime. You could be when you were at the Scranton Miners. If you felt you were better then than when you were at Cuse, you pick whatever one. And then Buddy, and then Jimmy. Who comes out on top? Who's coming back home with that win?
They couldn't beat me.
Okay.
Not even close. They could shoot it. They can shoot it better than me or whatever, but they couldn't. No, not close.
Hey, 3's more than 2. That's all that matters. I'm coming home.
They wouldn't even get the ball back if we played keep it. Take it, keep it. They wouldn't even get the ball back.
I'm gonna let him have that for now. That's his moment to brag. So I'll give him that.
All right, that's good. I think it would probably be either Buddy or Jimmy, but I'm gonna let you live.
Yeah,
Coach.
my guy.
Okay, this one's a good one right here. This is a tough one. Jerry McNamara, Buddy Boeheim, Andy Rollins. Who's winning that 3-point shootout right there?
That's a tough one. If they're all in their prime, it's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's tough.
That's a toss-up.
Me and G-Mac shoot we've been playing a swish game where you got first to 5 swishes and we'll share wins here and there.
You got to get up.
You still got it.
Steph Curry has to make 10 swishes from the free throw line to leave. 10 swishes in a row. Not
10 swishes. Yeah, he's the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. I've watched him shoot with Klay Thompson. I've seen him make probably the best they did in a round. They go to like I think they they go to about at least six spots, and they shoot 60. They make 58 or 59 out of 60 from the three.
But I'm saying he's doing it. Like, I know there's shooters. You got shooters stand still. He's doing it in and out crossover right into it. Like, you can't. Dudes aren't doing that.
He does more that way. He's way the best shooter that way. There's some. Klay might be as good standstill or better than Steph. I've seen Klay beat him standstill shooting quite a few times. But I've watched those guys shoot together. I don't know how many times we had them, but 20, 25 times probably. And Klay wins the standstills. Steph makes impossible shots look easy.
Impossible.
Impossible.
So this is a question for both of you guys. Talking about the game Saturday, what do you guys have to do to beat Houston, and what are some of the things, Coach and Bud, you really want to emphasize going into the game Saturday night?
You don't change what you're doing. We need to move the ball and get good shots. They're a really good defensive team, so we're going to have to be real good executing stuff. We got to play good defense. Got to guard the three-point line, and they're a ferocious rebounding team. We've got to do something. We got to battle them on the boards and, win the turnover battle. Those will be keys.
Yeah, defensive rebounding, limiting their shooters. Grimes is a really good shooter, good player. Sasser can shoot, and it starts with defense and offense. Just playing how we have, moving, letting Marek make plays, be a floor general for us, and just be aggressive, play with confidence, and just go out there and play really.
Yeah, I want to talk about Rec a little bit. I mean, just what he's really meant to the team and meant to the program over these 4 years. Like, because he's a guy that is rare because he makes an impact without having to score the ball. He's essentially a point forward. He gets guys in their spots. He's not so vocal, but he leads by play. Talk about Marek, just in his whole career.
He's a key on both ends of the court. He's a key in the middle defensively. Even though he's undersized, he knows what he has to do in the middle. He's a key to our defense. When he's moving and playing well, it really helps us. Offensively, we run a lot of stuff through him. He makes a lot of plays. He's really does a little bit of everything for us, and he's one of the more underrated players in the country. He does a lot of winning things on the basketball court that get overlooked, and but his teammates see it, coaches see it, and he doesn't care who scores, and if he's hurt, he just keeps playing. It doesn't matter. He's going to play. He's going to play in the game. And there's not many guys tougher than he is in anywhere in college basketball.
Absolutely. Okay, finish these sentences for me. Coach, this one's for you first. Being able to coach my son has been
greatest experience I've ever had.
But playing for my dad is
a dream come true.
Okay, and this is for both. To win the NCAA national championship, we have to, Coach,
play even better.
Okay, yeah. But what do you think?
Take it one day at a time and focus on what's ahead of us.
Absolutely. What do you think about this? One more. 2022 NBA draft. The New York Knicks select.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We don't get too far ahead of ourselves. We're focused.
Absolutely. But it's pretty awesome though. It's pretty awesome to
just worry about the NBA. You got to worry about college. Yeah. And then you can worry about the next level. We'll get
no question. It's been awesome just to see everything though. Like, father-son duo. I was looking up the greatest father-son duos, and I couldn't see many of them ahead of you, but I appreciate you guys coming on, man, and good luck Saturday. I know you've been doing a lot of these, so I appreciate you Yeah, and let's go. Let's get it done.
Well,
Yes,
thanks.
sir. I already know.
All
We
right, man.
appreciate you.
Thank you.